Oh, that's a really lovely area
Yeah.
right there where all the Russian
Ikeda
prostitutes used to hang out.
goes,
Oh, you mean over in... Oh, okay.
Hey, man, you meet me at Ikeda Park. You pay me.
Ikeda Park. You couldn't pick a less suspicious place to
I'm
meet.
not buying morphine. I'm paying for a website. Why do I have to... Right?
Maybe he's going to give you some along with the website. But for those of you who don't know, Ikeda Park is a notorious place. It's surrounded by a lot of hostess clubs, bars, Filipino pubs. It's a place where you will be accosted by people for certain services. And apparently in the 90s, that was where all the drug dealing was going down in Nagoya.
And there's a police box right in the middle.
But then they built the police. Yeah, and then they built the
park.
police box. So I think ever since then they kind of put the kibosh on that. But anyways, so he said, meet you in.
So the guy goes, you gotta pay me. And I said, well, how much do I owe? How much do you want to be paid? He goes, we talk about that. You get the parking lot. So I called Dennis and I called the sales guy. And I said, I need you guys to come help me. I don't know what's going on. I might get kidnapped. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
The showdown.
It's like, what is
final showdown.
Is it more than 2,000 yen? Because this seems like it might be. I could just wire you 2,000 yen, man.
In the park.
He goes, you want it? So anyway, so
you do a really good Canadian accent, Mark.
I can say the program director's name because he's out of the country now and he doesn't care. His name is Dennis, and he was a very, very loyal Brit, very loyal to me. And this is nothing disparaging on him. He brought a baseball bat. He goes, and I can't even quote him because it's all. This is.
I hope he brought a glove and a ball just so that the
bring a
police
garbage
would,
bag,
like right in front of the Koban in the park. He's got his baseball bat. So nothing going down here, officer.
So you've seen Train Spotting. You know how British people curse. So he's gonna F with our station,
like
blah blah.
Yeah.
So he's like, you just tell me, I'll just crack his head. I said, just calm down.
I'll crack
So
his
let's
head.
get a more prevailing.
In the middle of a park.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one.
And there is a police box
and there's
here.
a police box right there.
So I said, wait a minute, let me get a calmer head. So I called a guy that you worked for.
And he said, brass knuckles. Is that what he recommended?
He said, man, you go there, you pay him, and then we burn his house down tomorrow. And I said, we burn his house down. I said, his girlfriend is going to be at work. She's going to know we did it. And I said, I said, okay, maybe it's time to sell the station.
I hope this isn't the same guy that we're talking about.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. This guy was treated very badly at the breakfast place.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he will remain, he's not here anymore. He will remain nameless.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Burned down his house.
You see anybody coming down the street? Because he knows where this place is.
Yeah, that's the same advice I would give to anybody. Yeah, just burn down his house,
I think Tony Robbins said it one time in NLP. He said, the key to controlling your anger is you just burn down someone's house.
Burns random stuff.
And then you're not angry anymore.
Yeah, that's why Detroit's such a wonderful city.
So that's one of my stories about lunatics I've worked with, and there's so many of them. We'll get to lunatics we've worked in with comedy.
We should make an animated
later.
series out of this. This would be great.
I wish we could get the guy that does Bill Burr's stuff. He's really good. Apparently, there is a good service for that. It's not that expensive.
F is for Family. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely check out F is for Family on Netflix, which is thankfully, now that we have Netflix in Japan, we can see all this stuff without having to download it illegally because they allow it to be distributed all throughout the world. So as soon as it's available in America, it's available here in Japan.
And I could do a similar series just about each, quadrant of industry that I've worked in. MF is for radio, and MF is for comedy, and MF is for leaving things in a warehouse, and we'll talk about some other time. So, do you have any
things
other
left in a warehouse? That will be an episode.
We'll explain that at another time. But what is it about foreigners? Like, so far, I haven't told any story about a crazy Japanese boss. I haven't had that many of them. I've had some incompetent people that I worked for, but I prefer incompetence every time over vindictiveness. Every time.
You don't want to work for someone who's vindictive.
No.
That's for sure.
And I know you have no experience in that, so...
I have absolutely no experience in that.
You are really not talking about this, are you?
I'm clamming up.
You really...
My lawyer tells me... waiting for the statute of limitation to expire.
You'd be in for a world of hurt if you mentioned...
Well, you never know. I may be in a world of hurt for just talking about this with you.
So,
who knows? Moving right along.
So, probably time to close out the show.
Anyways, you hear my voice. Today is, what day is it today? So we can have my...
we're
have my alibi.
We're what are we? Late July. We're going to put a bunch of these up, and basically we're going to put a bunch of these up at the same time, and you can kind of binge these.
Yeah.
And because we're not going to probably be able to do every week or every month on time, because we're comedians and we're late. Sometimes we don't get the green light.
Busy.
Sometimes your wife doesn't give you the green light, and then Mike has an imaginary girlfriend, which we sometimes joke about.
Yeah, she was really angry when I told her I was coming over here.
And she said...
I almost couldn't come.
Yeah.
I had to argue with her for
she
about
wouldn't
30
give
minutes.
you the imaginary green light.
No.
And so we have comedians that can't come to comedy gigs because their wives won't let them. And I'm like, I don't think they get that this is showbiz. Does your wife? What did you tell your wife you're doing?
Showbiz has the word show in it, which is short for show up.
Show up, and then business is you have to actually keep your promise, and then sometimes you have to sell tickets.
Yeah.
So maybe we could talk about bringer shows or something in another episode.
Yeah.
But it's time to go, and this has been Talk Funny. I've been Mark Bailey.
I've been Mike Miller.
He's been Mike Miller, and may continue to be in the future. You can contact us at askportjapan@yahoo.com by email, or Nagoyacomedy, Nagoyacomedy.com, or Nagoyacomedy, no space, don't write no space, it's Nagoyacomedy Facebook page. And we'd be glad to hear from you, and we will announce dates on this show. We hope to be playing in Gifu in October of this year, and we are playing September 29th at GC Live, great venue for us, in Shinsekai, Nagoya, Friday. That's
September 29th.
Sorry, September 29th, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. 2,000 yen at the door. So if you'd like to get a 500 yen discount, 1,500 yen at the door. They both include a free drink. Contact us at askportjapan@yahoo.com or Nagoyacomedy.com or Facebook page Nagoya Comedy. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.